I hope you're all keeping well. So thanks so much. I had lots of compliments over the last video. People were like, I love it when you go on a rant. Well, it happens occasionally, and I was so refreshed from holiday, and as you can tell, I still am now. Every so often you just need a break from social media, a little bit of sunshine, and everything just seems to go back into position in the world. So I am ready for more stuff to come out of Montecito, and of course I love talking about the rest of the royals, or as I call them, the real royals. So I'm going to start off this video with something a little bit different, and I'm going to introduce a friend of mine to you. This is Michael Bull Roberts. He is literally one of the sweetest, kindest, loveliest men and friends that I have been lucky enough to make on social media. Now, Michael has had a bit of a checkered past, a colourful history, shall we say. He has starred on TV shows, he has written books, he has done so many different community events all around the world. Michael is literally, or Bull as he's affectionately known by his friends, he is proof that you can turn your life around. And now what he does with his time is he enjoys painting. He's got an art show coming up, and he very, very nicely painted a couple of portraits of Leela and Chia, of which my husband and I are both very, very proud of, and they are going up on the wall this weekend. Michael absolutely loves doing all sorts of different paintings. He does a wide range, as you can see here, varieties of different things. He does do commissions. I think his favourites is actually doing animals, because he, despite his looks, and people have been very cruel and unkind sometimes about his looks, he is a big teddy bear. He has one of the biggest and kindest hearts that I have ever seen on someone. And as I said, from someone that his life took a completely different dark turn to turn himself around now to the person that he is. He's just absolutely wonderful. But you don't have to take my word for it, because the best judge of characters are always animals. And the animals tell you how much of a nice guy he is. So if any of you guys are interested in speaking to Michael about maybe getting commissions done of your pets, I have included his email address in the description of this video. So thank you, Bull. We love the pictures, and thank you so much for being my friend. Now, as I said, I'm doing a little bit of catch up because I did miss the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa's visit to the UK, obviously because I was abroad. But I have to talk about the Prince and Princess of Wales, who had the honour of greeting him at the Corinthia Hotel in London on behalf of the King and Queen. This shows an elevated role that Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, have now taken. And Catherine just always looks amazing. I absolutely love this purple coat dress on her by Amelia Wickstead, another of the princess's favourite designers. And I love the headband. I've seen Princess Beatrice rocking these headbands, and they just look absolutely lovely. But Catherine just looks so unbelievably regal. This is someone that was born a commoner, that has married into the family, and she comes across as more regal than some members of the royal family, who are, in fact, blue blood. The two-day historical visit was the first for King Charles and Queen Camilla, and also the President of South Africa. The last foreign leader's state visit was that of Donald and Melania Trump in 2019, with obviously the Queen, as you can see with the photographs here. After the royal couple greeted the President, they accompanied him to see the Horse Guards Parade, where the Guard of Honour gave a royal salute and the South Africa national anthem was played. The King and Queen also met up with the President later on when they inspected the Guard of Honour, who are the No. 7 Company Coldstream Guards. Camilla looks absolutely gorgeous in this colour blue as well, and I'm totally in love with that hat. I think this winter I need to seriously up my hat game. Obviously I'm not going anywhere as glamorous or as formal as the royal ladies, but I do think I'm feeling this vibe to start wearing more hats, so watch this space. So you guys know me and you know that I love all of the royal pomp and ceremony, and they didn't disappoint. After inspecting of the guards, they then followed a carriage procession along the Mall to Buckingham Palace, where they had a special display of royal items relating to South Africa, including gifts and photographs from Nelson Mandela to the Queen and also Prince Philip. Nelson Mandela and the Queen actually had an affectionate relationship, and after her historical 1995 visit, he actually nicknamed her, and I hope I pronounce this right, of Motlapula. This translates to the one who brings the rain, or Rain Queen, because when she did her visit, it's what turned out to be one of the best and heaviest rain seasons that the country had seen in a decade. Obviously, I've already spoken about the state banquet that was held, but here's another excuse to show Catherine in that dress. So on the second day of the president's visit, Prince Edward took the president to the Royal Botanical Gardens, which is at Kew Gardens. I have not been. It is on the list for next year for me to attend, and I will obviously take photos and videos and bring you guys along with me. But the president and Edward look like they are having such a laugh together. We are seeing more of Prince Edward, which is wonderful. We saw a lot more of Sophie, but you can really see Edward being more elevated into a senior royal role. I believe that Sophie and Edward may have taken more of a back step if Harry and Meghan had decided to stay. But obviously in their absence, and luckily for the royal family and the public, we get Sophie and Edward instead. Now, with all of the positive press coverage that is going on and in the run-up to the Earthshot Prize, you could smell the desperation wafting on over from Montecito. You can almost hear Meghan's brain calculating, how can I get in the headlines? What can I do? No one's interested in my podcast. We must be able to do something. And people are so disinterested that it took a photograph posted by Amanda Gorman, the poet, to actually get them any publicity. The media are not interested in the ex-royal couple. But of course, that is never going to stop Meghan, and they managed to jump aboard the farewell tour for Elton John. Clearly, this was perfect because it was two birds, one stone. They got to quash the rumours that they are no longer together by looking incredibly loved up, and then also getting the media attention because there was media attention surrounding Elton John's goodbye tour that he's doing. The couple shared a personal, and I quote, personal, it's not bunny ears, they said a personal message, there's nothing personal about it, is there, to talking to Elton and thanking him. The personal message was naturally shared to the worldwide media ahead of his farewell concert at the Dodgers Stadium. Now, Meghan naturally starts by being her patronising self. We are so proud of you. Proud. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I know that I do pick apart stuff that she says, but I find that completely patronising. To be proud of someone, this insinuates that you have more experience or you've got somehow the right to express how you personally feel over someone else's efforts and achievements. I'm proud of my own achievements. I'm not proud of someone else's achievements because that makes it sound like that you were part of it. I don't know. It's a very weird narcissistic turn of phrase, I have to say, because Meghan often elevates herself above people. So she's like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I'm so proud of you. And it just comes across completely condescending. Now, speaking of Meghan's narcissism, it took an almighty slip here. This is these moments that you can capture on camera and you can see for yourself. Harry gets a chance to actually speak, and his message says, "Thank you for being the friend you were to my mum. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for being a friend to our kids." But if you look at the video clip that I'm showing here, look at Meghan's jaw jutting out, right? I'm going to replay this in a second. Meghan does this when Harry has attention on him. She cannot handle it. We saw this before when she was part of a big meeting that they held, I think at Kensington Palace, when she shoved in front of him. She also juts her jaw when people interrupt her. It's just something that I don't think that she can help. It's one of those involuntary actions. So what she does with Harry, she then centers herself back into the middle of the picture by putting her head on his shoulder. It's a way for Meghan to go from the side shot to pay attention to me. That's got nothing to do with affection and everything to do with Meghan having the spotlight put back on her. And judging by Harry's kind of grimace, I think he knows it as well. There was absolutely nothing personal about that message. It was just a pure attention grab, and Harry got to mention to the world again that my mother, my mother, Princess Diana. Did you know that Harry's mother was Princess Diana? I know, it's news to me as well. In more news that the worldwide media didn't pick up, but it was naturally released to the media, Saint Meghan was back and out and about on Thanksgiving. Meghan joined forces with downtown's Women's Centre to prepare Thanksgiving dinner for 300 women. Now, this happens all over LA and all different places, all different soup kitchens. People will prepare food. Meghan could have appeared at any one of them. Meghan spotted. She was not spotted. Look at the bottom left-hand bit of the photograph. The copyright of that photograph belongs to Archwell. Look at the position of the photographer. This is not someone that just casually walked in and had their iPhone handy. Meghan has taken her own personal photographer, where she owns full copyright of the image. He has stood in the kitchen next to the poor woman volunteer next to her, and he has taken photographs of her. It would be like a typical Instagram one. He probably had to take multiple photographs. We needed to get Meghan looking like she was incognito. Let's be honest, I still think from what I hear from a lot of Americans, people would walk down the street and not notice her. Plus, with everything that she's wearing there, with the face mask, no one would have known. People can try and portray Meghan as being completely selfless by doing this act on Thanksgiving, but let's not dress it up. It's got nothing to do with being selfless. It's everything to do with self-promotion. And that is one thing that Meghan excels at. So on Wednesday, the royal couple, the Prince and Princess of Wales, are flying to Boston, where they will be greeted by the Mayor and then Catherine Kennedy, who has teamed forces with the Earthshot Prize. Now this Earthshot Prize is turning, people are saying it is Prince William's Super Bowl moment. We have got so many A-listers that are part of it. You've got Cate Blanchett and David Attenborough who will be narrating. You have got performances, I believe, by Ellie Goulding and Annie Lennox and Billie Eilish. You've got actors Rami Malek, Catherine O'Hara and Shailene Woodley, who I believe will be there presenting awards. It is totally an A-list extravaganza. But the big difference is everyone who is attending, these awards are not about them. They are about giving these awards and recognition to other people that are doing things to help change the planet, to help protect the planet for future generations. Now, I know some people can go, oh, carbon footprints and global warming. You cannot deny one thing, and that is the planet is being damaged by human pollution. Animal species are becoming extinct. Rivers and oceans are dying because of the levels of pollution. As I said to you guys before, I'm a scuba diver. I'm not sitting here preaching to you, but it is pretty obvious the damage that is happening to our planet, and it's something that we as human beings are doing. That's the thing with these A-listers going to this. You're talking big players, people with billions that can invest in this, that they can invest in turning someone's ideas into reality and to make real changes. And that's why I love the Earthshot Prize. It's got nothing to do with it being Prince William, but it is one of the actual award ceremonies that's worth paying attention to, because you can see the things that people are inventing and ideas that people are willing to put forward to make sure that the children of the future, I sound like I'm going to burst into song here, but to make sure that they've got a planet left, and you know, that they don't just see animals on the internet, they can actually go see them in their natural habitats. But obviously this is the A-list event that everyone wants to get into. It is invite only. You cannot buy your way into this. Everyone is talking about it. Think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is the golden ticket. It's the place to be, and everyone wants to be there. In comparison, next Tuesday, you have got the RFK Ripple of Hope Humanitarian Award, presented by an actor who shot and killed a woman on set. The award has been nominated and is run by a woman who used her family name and privilege to be let off a DUI. And the award is being given to two people who lied and attacked their family on TV for a paycheck because they couldn't get their own way. There is absolutely no comparison, is there, between the two events. So today is Tuesday that I am filming this, and today is the day of the final Flopcast. Yes, Meghan's final podcast is done today. I hope Spotify don't renew it, given where it actually is in the list, and now that I guess Spotify have stopped investing trying to fiddle the numbers. It was a boring snorefest flop. So if they want to waste more millions, they are only going to lose more subscriptions, and more artists are going to pull the plug on them being able to use their music. You can't blame them, can you? People out there that actually produce decent music and content and work incredibly hard get paid pittance, yet they give millions to people like Harry and Meghan for doing what exactly? Now, speaking of money and trying to work out exactly what it is Harry and Meghan do, Netflix, it's been announced that the long-awaited, keep marketing that line, the spectacular docu-series that's not a reality TV show is to be aired on the 8th of December. £88 million contract that this supposedly was with Netflix that has gone into this. I think numbers have been fiddled there, because I cannot see anything that can be produced by Archwell Productions or whatever director that they've got now working on it. It would be worth that. The first director, Garrett Bradley, he quit over, believe it or not, this will come as a shock, over clashes with the couple. I mean, no surprise there. Meghan's hard to work with. Well, that's new. None of us have heard that before. And then we have the second director, Liz Garbus, who Meghan has already tried to distance herself from. Liz is friends with Rory Kennedy, who happens to be Kerry Kennedy's youngest sister, which I've reported in a previous video. Liz, an actual award-winning director herself, has picked up the mantle, and Meghan hasn't been too flattering about it. It was reported that the couple wanted to make extensive cuts to the final production of it. They weren't happy with it. Well, I don't think Meghan's going to be happy with anything, to be honest with you. But apparently there is lots of footage in there that obviously since the Queen has passed that they would rather not be in there. So it's come out that Netflix have said tough. And I believe they've done that because it's not going to be successful because Harry and Meghan are suddenly going to become popular. But it might become a money winner for them if it is actual car crash TV, which a lot of us think it will be. But the fact that Meghan took the time to turn around and say, it's great that someone else is telling our story, it just isn't in the way that we would have done it. It's actually through another person's lens. That's Meghan being totally passive aggressive, because that's her saying, it's not how I would have done it, and I'm distancing myself because when it flops and there's backlash, I can literally go, well, that's not the way we wanted to tell it. Netflix and Liz Garbus took over. So she is absolutely calculating. She knows that this is going to be a big backlash, especially if they have tried to have certain things cut and they've not been allowed. Don't worry if you don't have a Netflix subscription, because, well, the media is totally going to savage it episode by episode, sentence by sentence. There are going to be so many fact checkers and body language experts that are going to be all over this. It will be entertainment in itself, watching it being dissected. The fact that Harry and Meghan have been quiet as church mice about this docu-series, that their friends and sources and mouthpieces have not been leaking any tidbits, you know, to build up the excitement, this much anticipated love story of Harry and Meghan. That, to me, tells me that I think this show is going to be entertaining, but for very different reasons that Harry and Meghan first initially thought. So I'm just going to sit back with a big glass of wine and a bucket of popcorn and watch it unravel. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I will be back with you very soon. Take care for now. Bye.
If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.